The Masonic awareness that we want to ensure is why we're sitting here now. The opportunity to liven the spirit in the waning years of one's life is a responsibility that the Grand Lodge has always maintained and done a marvelous job at.
Now, what activities do you have up there for the residents to partake in? I know there's a live steam railroad.
Yes.
I've seen that up there.
Yeah, there's 3 engines on this railroad, and there's 2.5 miles of track wending its way through some wooded areas, through trestles and bridges and culverts. It runs during the decent weather of summer and early fall, every Saturday and Sunday. It's a railroad club that is enthusiastic, if you will.
Yeah.
The young people that come up there bring joy to the residents, but the activities that you mentioned are broad. They're wide in their view. We have a bus that is handicapped, lift accessible, as well as 14 passengers of active folks. We have, in the best sense of the word, gone to Foxwood on several occasions.
Okay.
They enjoy quite consistently going to shopping malls. It's not as if we are running at all a confinement home. Speaking of that, there are 4 levels of care within the home. The 4th level is one that requires no attention. They just wish to reside there. 3rd level is the folks that need medications and assistance in that regard. 2nd is the resident who is bedridden or bound to a wheelchair, if you will. And the level 1 is the special care unit, which could be a multitude of things, including 20 units of Alzheimer's. So we have a broad spectrum. The activities that are available for all levels, from 4 all the way down to 1, because we've got a marvelous program for the Alzheimer who has the dignity and the self-esteem that is capable of being understood. But the staff is very caring, and in their caring, the warmth of that smile helps that period of time, which is kind of difficult for both the family and the individual. And we do a good job at it. We do a real good job at it. The activities that the folks in level 2, though they might be confined, it's not that they're contained. They have the opportunity within the facility, because some really cannot leave the facility, but they who truly have inspiring things to partake in. We have a chapel, and there are 5 ministers that of varying denominations that come in and participate within the religious structure of each of their backgrounds. A chapel that supports 75 people. It's absolutely outstanding. In fact, I'll give you a brief descript. We had dedication on Grand Master's Fair Day this past June. And that dedication of one of the stained glass windows was for the Royal and Select Masters. It was a gorgeous window. And as the ceremony went on, there was rain outside.
It poured that day.
It certainly poured. Torrential rain.
Yes.
But in that raining, the chapel was filled with the light of the residents who were participating. And one of the grand chaplains made a command, "Let there be light." That was part of his ritual. But somebody upstairs was listening, and sunlight came pouring through the window, and we had 3 hours of sunshine for the fair to go on.
Beautiful.
It was wonderful.
Yeah.
And it's been joked about since that there is a godliness to what we aspire to up there, and the way that we move in and out of the several apartments, if you will. The opportunity to give is probably one of the most fulfilling parts that I've been able to participate. Individually, there is more fulfillment for me recognizing how outstanding the lives of so many of those folks. and how they've contributed to life in general, in each of their own ways, unique and very caring. A smile gives more of a, what should we say, an insight into your soul.
Yes.
As a hug is a handshake from the heart, a smile is that window of graciousness that they all share so readily. And because of it, that's an inspiration, that's an awareness. I'd like to believe it to be called a Masonic awareness.
Yeah.
Speaking of Masonic awareness, we've got a oldest past master, I'm told, in the United States, but I know in Massachusetts because he was in Grand Lodge on a quarterly visit recently. On that visit, he displayed the fact he was past master in 1927.